going to create a new code sandbox that's called generate random divs. Make sure it is public. Create the sandbox. And I'm waiting for it to load. So the only thing you're going to be doing in this is I'm going to show you how to make 2 boxes, and you're going to make 2 more boxes. So the things are here, like you're going to have to create 4 total divs. We're going to use this function. You're going to copy and paste this, so make sure this is open, ready to be used. So in this part, we're making a div, making an h1. I'll make it bigger so you could see it. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna pop out the preview. I'm gonna close this. H1, this maybe how old or how much money will you make when you are 40? Just any topic. How much money will you have, maybe? Just any topic you want. We're gonna have a button in here. We're gonna close the div, and we also need a space for the output, so we'll put paragraph and close that paragraph. All right, so we need to just style this real quick. We're gonna style the div so that has a border of black, 4 pixels solid black. And we want the width to be like 70% of the page. We want it to be in the center. We want the text to be centered. And maybe the font size of everything to be like 20 pixels. Let's just go see what that looks like right now. All right, and we have a button here. The button doesn't say anything, so let's say click me. Click here, or whatever you want it to say, or like let's see what age you are, or how much, or money amount, or maybe dollar, maybe a bunch of dollar signs for what we want to see. I'm not sure. Whatever you want to be your button. All right. So these need to have IDs. The button needs an ID of a button 1. The paragraph should have an ID of output 1. And now you got one whole div, right? When we want to do another one, we'll copy and paste and do a second one. But let's do the JavaScript. So make sure you, in your node box, you click new one, you do script.js, a new file, not a new folder. Make sure it's a new file. Script.js. We also need the script line here in the HTML. So make sure script src equals script.js. Close the script. Please make sure it's spelled correctly. Make sure it says src and not scr. All right, so first thing, we're actually gonna first copy and paste this function. It's super important you copy and paste this. So copy it, paste it here. Then we're going to give everything that has an ID, make sure it has a variable. So we'll say let button1 equal document get element by ID button1, then let output1 equal document I'll just copy and paste this and put output1. And just in case I want to, I maybe would make one for div also. All right, just make sure when you copy and paste these, it's always like the correct number. All right, we need a click event for button 1. So when we click event, we add event listener. We're gonna press click function. Make sure you have the correct parentheses. You gotta like these parentheses. You got this open one, open curly bracket, close parentheses. All right. So when we click it, we're actually, what we want it to do is we want it to generate a random number, and we want it to display that random number. So in order to generate that random number, we're going to use this function that's taking a lowest possible number and a highest possible number. So we're going to create a new thing called let random number. So I'm making a variable. I could name it anything I want, right? Whatever. But it makes sense. I'll just call it random. I could have put it without an underscore. I just felt like to separate the M and N. It made sense. All right, so we'll say generate random. So we're using the name of this function, which this is where the calculation is happening and giving you like a rounded number. We're going to generate a random number between 0 to, I don't know, how much do you want to possibly make when you're 40? I guess we could just make it, I don't know, 1 million or 500,000. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, that's 500,000. So it's generating a random number, but right now it's not doing anything when I click it because we're not saying what to do with that random number. So now what we want it to do is now we want output 1. Oh, not let, sorry. Then after it generates that random number, we want output 1 inner HTML to show us that random number. Now let's go see what it does. Let's refresh, click on it, and now it's displaying it. So 11,521. Maybe, yeah, that's all we wanted to. Maybe you want to put like a $sign first, so you could say the $sign plus random number, and then you're good here. All right, so that's for one of the divs. In the other video, so it's showing that now. Now for the other video, I'll show you the second div.